This video is designed to help you create a podcast as a way of processing your thinking about a text out loud and as an alternative to traditional written response. Interact with a partner or allow yourself to think in a way that interacts with the text. Your podcast is going to work if you prepare properly. So while you were reading, your job was to notice details that might be important to you as you were going, and then to have a thought about the reading as a whole when you finish. Before you podcast, jot down your sense of purpose and have a copy of the important quotes in front of you before you begin to talk your way through the text. When you begin, you need to be clear about who you are and what you're doing. It seems like an obvious step, but it's a step kids overlook all the time. So when you begin with something like, "This is Mike, and today I'm going to be talking about the way Salinger sets up Holden's complicated family relationships in the first 7 chapters of The Catcher in the Rye." That simple sentence establishes a framework for everything you're going to do in the rest of the podcast. If you've prepared properly, you should be able to maintain a clear focus as you discuss the text. Apply the same analytical strategies you use for written response, but try to keep your tone conversational and unscripted. Introduce quotes by talking about what's going on in the story. Say the quotes, but if they're too long, just use parts of the quotes, and try to talk about the way that the language in the quotes relates to the purpose you have perceived. You're going to make mistakes and or feel awkward in your first couple of podcasts, but that's okay. We learn by doing, and then making adjustments, and then doing again. Here are some common mistakes your podcasting predecessors have made. First, don't wing it. Just don't. It's uncomfortable for you. It's uncomfortable for me. Prepare, please. But don't over-prepare. Don't script your conversation before you have it. The conversation should help you discover something about your observations. If you're just reading something you've already scripted, you might as well choose the written response option. And lastly, don't play next to each other. If you do a partner podcast, don't treat it like each of you is just taking a turn to speak your piece. Set each other up by asking probing questions to help your partner deepen their analysis. Use transitions like "moving on" or "time's a-wastin'" to relieve the pressure of feeling like everything is supposed to go smoothly, so you can get to the things that you want to discuss without making your podcast run too long. All right, we'll work on these things over time and we'll get better and better at it. Happy podcasting, people.